have read in course of our preparations that what 73rd, 74th Amendment was brought. So when you visit that state, Kerala, you get to know that what this is all about. That 73rd, 74th Amendment, the local self-government, people are really aware. And LSG plays a very important pivotal part as far as development planning is concerned, as far as scheme designing is concerned, as far as project formulation is concerned. And one of the schemes what we will also analyze in due course of our presentation is Kerala public education rejuvenation scheme model. So that is part of Nava Kerala, a scheme they brought in year 2016. That is the thrust area of that is that it has to be from the bottom, not the top-down approach, but the planning, the execution, everything has to be done at the ground level. Now, I will briefly read on this slide what is written, why we were attached to the state and why we went to Kerala. So basically, to study the implementation of central and state schemes at the ground level, we, as every group has been done, we were also assigned two schemes. One MNREGA and other is Kerala Education Model. What I have told you. Secondly, to witness and understand the functioning and mode of service delivery of district, block, panchayat level functionaries. To collect the data, statistics pertaining to the implementation of the 2 year mark schemes from the allotted block panchayat, to study and analyze the collected data, which invariably we had lots of data to collect from there, and primary mode of our data was primary data. We did not, of course, to get the nuances of the schemes, to understand the schemes better, to get to the intricacies of the scheme, we did study the secondary data and all. But our approach, our team's approach was basically to collect as much primary data as much possible, to talk to the right beneficiaries, to talk to the last man standing, so that we get the real perspective of the things, what is going on in the field, and to present the findings to IMG Kerala, which we have already done, and then ISTM New Delhi, which we are doing now, where our project report is also ready, that will be submitted to the coordinator, to submit a report based on findings, observations, and data analysis. Next. Now, this is Kerala. We were assigned Kerala. We went to Thiruvananthapuram. We stayed in IMG. The place is reasonably quite well equipped in terms of resources. Excellent library, not just in the administration block, but in our hostel block also. We spend quite a few number of hours in the library, garnering the facts what we will put in our reports. Now, we were assigned Ottur Gram Panchayat. You can see the Kerala local self-government, the governance model. Difference. What is the difference that I'll just elicit in a while. Kerala, we went to Thiruvananthapuram, then Varkala block, Ottur Gram Panchayat, and Gram Panchayat were further subdivided into 13 wards. Now, interesting part is that in Kerala, otherwise, there is, as far as if geographically or administratively, villages don't exist. So 3, 4, 5 villages, maybe depending on the population geographical spread, they are combined together and made into a ward. So 13 wards were in Ottur Gram Panchayat. Next. These are two schemes: Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act and the Public Education Rejuvenation Mission. As I already told you, it was started in year 2016, and primary focus was that planning, envisaging, vision has to come from the Gram Panchayats instead of the bottom down approach. Next. Now, this slide we have tried to show the demographics. I mean, how many male population as far as female population is concerned. Kerala is one of those states which boasts of positive sex ratio. Women outnumber men there, and that was seen in our block also. Our Gram Panchayat also Ottur. Next. Like I already told you, Gram Panchayat, there are 1, 2 to 4 female in compared to men, and primary occupation is agriculture there, and things which are grown there are paddy, rubber, tapioca, among other things. Next. Literacy rate is 100%. Sex ratio is, as I told you, is positive. Major occupation is agriculture. Next. Now, I would like to invite my friend Shri Abhishek Pandey to elicit on Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Thank you.
Thank you, Himanshu. Good morning, sir. Good morning, friends. I will discuss the features of Manrega Act 2005. I will explain the brief features because our focus is on implementation part. Manrega is a guaranteed employment scheme which provides 100 days employment to every rural household in India. It was started launched on 2nd February 2006 in 200 districts, and Palakkad and Wayanad were 2 districts of Kerala out of 200. Thereafter, 130 districts were added in 2007, and from 1st April 2008, it is being implemented in whole India, which every district which has rural population. Manrega is a right-based guaranteed wage employment program which provides livelihood security. There are certain rights associated with it. Some of them are: first, right to get job card. If any person from a rural household want to do unskilled manual work, he has to apply for a job card. He can apply that in Gram Panchayat. It is the responsibility of Gram Panchayat to provide the job card to him within a reasonable time period. If job card is not provided within reasonable time period, he can complain about it to block level. Income is not a criteria for getting a job card. One job card for one family. If there are 2 or 3 persons who want to do unskilled work, only one job card will be provided, and total job will be given for 100 days only for all 2-3 members, whatever is there. The second right is right to demand and receive work. If a person from a rural household demand for unskilled work, he will be provided the same within 15 days. If it is not provided, he is entitled to get some unemployment allowance, and the work is provided within 5 kilometers. If it is not provided within 5 kilometers, the 10% of the wage will be given to him as a travelling allowance. He is entitled to get the wages within 15 days of completion of work. If it is not paid within 15 days, 0.05% will be paid as compensation. In Kerala, we have seen that the work they are doing in Manrega is they are during lean periods. This is not their sole income source. They are doing their agriculture part, and they are supplementing their annual income from Manrega. This is in Kerala. There are 90% women who are doing in Manrega work, employed in Manrega work. 19% SC, 7% ST, and the wage rates are decided from Govt of India. This is different for different districts. In Kerala, this is 333 with effect from 1st April 2023. In first slide, I have explained about unemployment allowance. Unemployment allowance is 25% of the wage rate for first 30 days. Thereafter, 50% for next days, and there is ceiling, which is daily wage rate into 100. This is about Manrega funding pattern. 100% central funding for unskilled wages and administrative costs. Max 6% can be only the administrative cost can be more, maximum of 6% of total expenditure, and for material related expenditure, the central and state government shares the ratio in 75 and 25%. Now I call upon Kunal to discuss about implementation.
Thank you, Abhishek. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Before we dwell further into the implementation of Manrega scheme, let us have a look at some important points of LSG scenario in Kerala. How the things are a bit different and how they are doing slightly better what we could find during our study. As my friend Himanshu already mentioned, that Gram Panchayats, they are the key factor in local government scheme in Kerala. Each Gram Panchayat consists of around 20,000 to 80,000 people, and the villages are not villages that we understand in conventional sense. They are just extensions of urban areas only. And one very important and significant thing that we observed during our visit in Kerala is that the officers of the State Secretariat in Kerala, in Thiruvananthapuram, they get posted into LSG offices in Gram Panchayat, Block Panchayat, to have a better understanding of implementation of the schemes. One very important thing that my friend already mentioned is that in Kerala, the approach for planning and local self-government per se is a trickle-up approach. Plans get framed at the bottom level and they come above. Unlike most of the part of the country where we have got a trickle-down approach. What happens is the community prepares a plan in which even the person sitting at the bottommost of the community, he or she gets involved. The plan then goes to Ward Sabha, which is the lowest unit of the LSG government in Kerala. The Ward Sabha sends it to Gram Sabha, the Gram Sabha sends it to the district, and the district sends it to state government that examines, which later on goes to the empowered committee in the states. The empowered committee approves the plan and sends the budget to respective, downwards the budget towards the Gram Sabha, and the lowest rank person gets paid through different various schemes. We had a survey in this two Gram Panchayat situated in Varkala block, where we found that there were 4,260 households, out of which 79% had job cards. Out of those job card holders, 16.6% were scheduled caste families, which indicates a kind of social inclusion which is going well in the Gram Panchayat that we surveyed. Out of these households, 4,866 were active workers, and the average work day per household was, has been fairly constant during the past 3 years. This is a scenario of employment demanded, offered, and availed during the past 3 years, which is again fairly constant. The types of work that we found being executed in the two Gram Panchayat include solid waste management, compost pit, digging and desilting of canals, ponds, prevention of soil erosions through geotextiles, road repairing. In a nutshell, whatever the tasks are being handled under Manrega were asset creating or reusing of works. For example, there were many ponds that ponds or small canals that get silted. So under Manrega, desilting is undertaken, and that already created asset is again put to use. This is a scenario of wages that we found in the Uttu Gram Panchayat. Here, one thing is very important to point out, that no wages were delayed in the whole Uttu Gram Panchayat. Whatever delay was in this due column that we can see over here, 0.56, 1.42, etc. This is the material cost that was delayed. But wage component was not delayed. We did not find anywhere. We interviewed a lot of beneficiaries. We checked some records, but there were no mention of delay in wages. This is the site that we visited of under MG Narega. This is the pond in the middle that we can see. It gets filled during rainy season. Then these small streams that they call canal, they are dug up, and the overflowing water that goes through the fields, and then it gets collected in a large pit where rainwater harvesting is done. These are the workers on the site. During our visit, we found some schemes that were converging and with Manrega thing. Two of them are worth mentioning here. One is the Kerala Education Rejuvenation Mission, which is also a second scheme. What happened that we visited a school which was under this, wherein this second scheme was going on, the Kerala Education Rejuvenation Mission, And Manrega workers were also working over there. They were preparing plant saplings to be given to students when they return on 5th June to the schools, and they shall carry the plant saplings to their respective homes and then grow. ICDS is another scheme which gets converged in Manrega and Ottur Gram Panchayat especially, because some of the workers that we visited, they had young children, and because of ICDS they could go to work. ICDS takes care of their kids and they can go to work. We observed that at the site of our visit, there were total 53 workers, out of them 51 were women. Average age of the workers are 45 to 50, and all the women workers responded that whatever they were working or whatever they were getting under Manrega, it was an addition to the family. It was good to note that it was not the sole criteria or the sole source of income in Manrega. Manrega is beneficial. What we found is that it is beneficial for workers, community and the government. Workers preferred Manrega over casual wages. Even though under Manrega the daily wage rate is 333, and by doing some casual work they can, in open market the workers can get anywhere between 800 to 1200 rupees. But still the stability factor provides, stability factor that Manrega provides, it is an important one. Therefore workers prefer Manrega over casual labor, open market casual labor. Work is available during lean month. Last 3 years there were zero payment dues. As I have already mentioned, women supplement the efforts of the men, and attendance is through biometric. At the Gram Panchayat level, 100% implementation of Manrega is what's seen. That was observed from the records of the Manrega website of Kerala, and also with the discussion of staff at ING and block level. GP level. During financial inclusion, as regards financial inclusion, we observed that each worker is required to open an account to receive wages, be it in banks, post office, anywhere, so that the person who's working gets paid, and there is no provision of joint account. There are vigilance and monitoring committees in every ward to oversee the implementation, and very important factor of mate is there. For every 40 laborers, there is one worker called mate who mainly keeps a vigil of keeps attendance of the workers and attends to the grievances of the people, of the workers over there. And 100% mates in Kerala are women. It is a good thing because most of the, as we have already mentioned, most of the workers under Manrega are women. Recent success stories which are important to note, which we noted, were that 8 kilometers of water bodies in the Gram Panchayat that we visited were reclaimed through desilting. There were plant saplings that we have already mentioned to be given to the students. One very important feature was that people were willing to, give away a part of their private land to be available under Manrega schemes, so that there is a win-win situation. Government gets some land, to channelize the efforts and to channelize the assets, and the person who owns the land, he gets some work done. During the pandemic, Manrega was the only source of income. It was a very, very important thing to note why Manrega has been a success in Kerala. However, there were some limitations that we observed. One of the big limitations was that workers are confused regarding the daily wage rate, because daily wage rate was changed recently in April only. Some of the workers responded that the daily wage rate was 311. Although when we countered them, then the maid said that they were a bit confused. They had signed on 333, but still the workers were not very clear about it. A significant lack that we found at the site was no toilets were found at the site. And one more important factor that we observed, people may differ. The average number of work days was only 65 that we found in the Gram Panchayat. It may be seen as a positive, but we think that there is still scope of improvement. For next part, I would like to request my friend Raman Khanna to take you over.
Thank you, Kunal. Public education rejuvenation mission is with the intention to bring international standards to the already existing education system of Kerala. Kerala has been a torch-bearing state in India. It is the first state to achieve 100% literacy rate. As per Niti Aayog data, it has been ranked first in the school quality index. And what we observed there that the education is accessible to all the students out there. It has very low dropout rates from class 1 to 8 standards, and it's almost negligible in higher standards. Nav Kerala mission, as my friend Himanshu already addressed it, it is the initiative of Kerala government back in 2016. The major pillars of this Nav Kerala mission are health, housing, agriculture, waste management, and education. This public education and rejuvenation mission is a flagship program under this education pillar. There are about 15,000 plus schools operating in Kerala, and more than 90% of schools are under the category of government and government aided, which are the beneficiary schools under this mission. There are about 47 lakh students studying in these schools, and I was happy to see that more than 92% of these beneficiaries are covered under these schemes. This public education and rejuvenation mission is an action-oriented program launched by Government of Kerala way back in 2016, which was the part of Nav Kerala Pradhan Mantri Nav Kerala mission, and which intends to support and advance the already existing education system of Kerala by withdrawing the redundant methods of teaching as well as learning. It has more inclined towards the 21st century approach, more practical approach towards teaching. It aims to bring the revival of the public education system in Kerala, and it also likes to bring the international standards. The quantitative approach has already been achieved by the Kerala government. It has already achieved 100% literacy rates. Now what is the need of the hour is the qualitative approach to bring quality education in Kerala, and this mission has rightly been initiated by the Government of Kerala. What are the objectives of this mission? First one is to improve the existing infrastructure of government and government aided schools. The primary focus is on the pre-primary and primary government schools, which are the building blocks of the students, and further it's the conversion of the higher schools and higher secondary schools into high-tech classrooms. It also focuses on the revision of the curriculum to imbibe the secularism, equality and democracy among the students. The methodology adopted by the state government is the upgradation of the physical as well as the academic infrastructure. We could see the use of the IT equipments like laptops, projectors in these schools, and there was also the development of the labs and libraries in the schools. And they have also emphasized on the revision of the curriculum for adopting a more practical approach towards learning rather than the theoretical aspects. And in order to take this vehicle further on a supersonic speed, there are two wheels that has to be driven on a very fast pace. First one is the implementation of the model pre-primary schools and all the Panchayati Raj institutions, and the second one is the training of the pre-primary teachers, which could help in catalyzing this mission further. And now that's on my part, and I would like to invite Shubham to take on this mission further.
Thank you, Raman. Good morning to all. I would like to congratulate Raman on this very wonderful introduction of Kerala Education Rejuvenation Mission. For the implementation part, Kerala state is very much dependent upon the education. Whatever the indicators, developmental indicators they have achieved is because of the imbibed education they have implemented, not from today or from that, but from the historical times. They have been very focused on their educational part. They have achieved the 100% literacy very soon. But as Raman has explained, their goals are now being transformed. Now they want to achieve the educational background of the students who are studying in the public schools. There is a societal perspective into the Kerala state that the students who are studying in the private schools, they are much more brighter and they are much more facilitated
rather than the people who are studying in the public school. So there was an internal demand from the society within itself to transform the education, which has been included into this Nav Kerala mission, which is the perspective of the current government. They started working on this from the 2016 itself. They are going to implement it in a phase wise. They are going to cover entire 15,000 plus schools. Right now they have implemented in approximately 1,000 plus schools. This is the status of the classrooms which they have upgraded. 42,000 classrooms have already been upgraded. Lower primary and primary schools have at least one smart classroom, and the public schools, they have targeted that each public school will be given a laptop, multimedia projector screens, LED, DSLR cameras, HD webcams, etc. Will be astonished to know that the classrooms they imbibe here, they want to achieve is just like this room which we are sitting right now. All the projectors, all the facilities of the internet, and whatever students want to do, whatever they want to learn, the 21st century classroom things, the curriculum, they want to give it to through the public facilities, to the public schools. So far, these much projects have been implemented by the state of Kerala through this mission. They have divided the projects for the upgradation of the schools into the three categories. The pre-primary schools, up to 1 crore they are spending. 446 number of the projects they have completed so far. From 1 crore to 3 crores, they are targeting from from primary to upper primary levels up to 10 classes. 385 projects have been completed by the state of Kerala so far, and from 3 crore to 5 crore, 141 projects have been completed by them. The 3 crore to 5 crore, these are the schools where the population of the students should be at least 1,000 per school. And they want to really transform them towards a center of excellence by providing each and every facility to the student within the school premise itself. This is the status of the Gram Panchayat which we were assigned to study. There are 3 primary schools, 1 upper primary school and 1 government aided school into the Gram Panchayat. And when we went to the Gram Panchayat, what we saw, what the school we went, there were 73 students in the school itself. 1 primary school I'm mentioning in the Gram Panchayat which we were visited, which has been upgraded under this mission. The stats of the primary schools are reflected in there. Smart classroom has been given to the smart classroom has been given to the school, and the premise of the school has been transformed so that the students are able to learn by doing, not by studying the books itself. This is the example of the classroom type activities which have been given to the students by transforming the education infrastructure into the schools. You can see that this area, the play area for the students, and the theatre skit performance area has been given to the students. Every topic is given to the students. This was the lower primary levels. They perform the skit over there by themselves. Teachers only supports the initiative of these students, and the facilities which are being given here is almost equivalent to any South Delhi school which we see today. This is the interaction which we had with the school teachers and the school staff. For further dwelling into the scheme, I would like to invite Yashdeep Khare to explain.
Good morning, esteemed faculty member of ISTM and my friends. Continuing with the education mission, the first and foremost thing that we noticed is that we had a perception that Kerala is a very literate state and that focus is on literacy. Literacy has a very different connotation when compared to the overall picture of what education is. We could see that the focus of Kerala has moved from literating people to the overall 360-degree development of their students, making them educated rather than literate. The focus has moved, that's for sure. We visited just one school, but what we saw over there was enough to tell us that some shift has taken place in the last 2 years in the policy making in Kerala, and many central government and state government schemes are being implemented together on the same sites, which is a good thing as well as a bad thing. Depends on the way we see it. we saw the convergence of many schemes on the one side that we saw. For example, Manrega was operating in a school, which was a very surprising thing for us, as Kunal told us. The Manrega workers were deployed to prepare plant saplings. They were supposed to be given to students for some plantation drive or some motivational activity of some kind. But whatever it was, Manrega was being operated in the school premises itself, and people were getting employment out of it. Yes, midday meal scheme was also there, as it's being implemented pan India. The STARS central government scheme is being implemented. The infrastructure of the school has been developed. Though there is only one room, about half this size, but that room has been developed into a modern, smart classroom, which is comparable to this classroom as well. Anything that is available in any modern school of any, maybe private or whatnot, is available over there. And if good education is required to be provided to students in that form, in a smart way, it can easily be imparted. We could not see classes in action because it was holiday time, but we would have loved to see that. Another scheme like Cool. Cool is a KITES open learning system for teachers. Like we have iGot over here, there is an open portal for the teachers of Kerala. They can just go and start learning. Whatever information or knowledge that the central headquarters of education department of Kerala can put over there in the form of videos and textual forms, examinations, self-evaluative courses. They are trying to do it in the best possible way they can, and teachers are allowed, teachers can visit with their official IDs and get educated from there themselves and impart the same to students. So after seeing so many things, there were many positives and some limitations or negatives as well that we saw. The first positive was the focus of Kerala has moved to the overall development of the students, that's for sure. Activity-based education is being implemented over there. The students are advised to learn by doing things. The focus of the teachers is also not to impart lectures and focus on rote learning, but to give them opportunities to discover things themselves by doing things in the best possible way they can, and to derive their own inferences, then coming back to the teacher and telling what they experienced. And education is now derived from their experiences and the learning from the teacher. Teachers are also being given training in education sector, and infrastructure has been upgraded. The limitations that we noticed are there were so many schemes in one school. There was a wall which was painted like so many times, and we could see some of the Shiksha Abhiyan over there, then something in Malayalam also over there. The same place, same wall is being used for implementation of different schemes. So in a small premises, when so many education schemes are running, it gets a bit confused and hotposh to see what is happening over here. The ICT equipments, many cameras, smart screens, different IT equipments, AC classrooms, all have been provided over there, but there are no annual maintenance contracts. If something goes bad, we have to wait for the next person to come, for the repair person to come. In the next 4 hours or 4 days, nobody knows, because there is no standing maintenance contract. No training has been given to teachers in operating the IT devices. That is a huge problem. The devices are there, the food is there, but they can't eat it. They don't know how to operate the devices. There is no substantial change in curriculum. The infrastructure has been upgraded, facilities have been provided, but the curriculum has not been revised yet, but the work is in progress, as we were told by the IMG as well. And the most important and the thing that we saw that needs attention immediately is that there is no internet connectivity in the school. So Kerala is trying to develop internet connectivity to all its offices, including schools or smallest of the units, through Gram Panchayats, and the Panchayat is doing its job. But what we were told is that in the next 3 to 4 months, the connectivity will be available in the school. So that some of the challenges that we faced, we have not put them in slides, but one thing that's for sure in data collection, while trying to find data for Manrega as well as education mission, was that out of the busy schedule of the panchayats and the different offices, sometimes officers were not very willing to share data with us. The BDO didn't meet us. We tried to call him 3 times. He dodged us like anything. It was visible that the person doesn't want to meet us. And the panchayats are more like, the size of the panchayat was like the administration block of ISTM. There were like 17 to 18 sections working simultaneously, staff of 100. People are really busy over there in panchayat. So we had to request them to give the data. They tried to cooperate as much as they could. All in all, it was a great learning experience for us. And we would like to place on record our gratitude for the ISTM, faculties at ISTM, the team at ISTM who made it happen, and the team at IMG Kerala. Thank you. We would like to invite you. Any questions?
On one hand, you said that smart classrooms are working. Is that right? Yes. On the other hand, you said there was no internet connectivity in the school. So how are the
teachers are using hotspots, mobile hotspots. Teachers are devoting a lot of time.
For smart classes?
Yes. They are providing
no
time.
internet lease line.
So teachers have been paid for it, or is it through like the community
Doing it
support kind of the
voluntarily.
thing?
Out of the spirit of being a teacher.
My question is to Kunalji. So you know that you have visited the Narega site also and you did not find the toilet. I think there are some other provisions also in Narega that the drinking water to be provided.
It was there.
First right should be.
It was there, sir.
Those things were available.
Yeah. Toilet is an important thing because out of 53, 51 workers were women.
Yes.
And as we already mentioned that maids, 100% maids are also women in Kerala. Yet there was no provision for toilet over there. So for obvious reasons we could not ask further.
We could see a first aid kit, but
Yes.
no washrooms. Any other question, please, if any?
Yes, one. So there was this school program which provided training to the teachers, right? But there was no training on IT. Like, so why did not they think of including IT training in the school program itself?
It's still under implementation. That's what we were told.
Actually, what has I will take this one. There is been training program for the headmistress level. Headmistress of these schools are being trained, but it has not been carried forward to the pre-primary teachers and primary teachers
So school program is just for the principal.
at present.
No.
And
School program
Only.
is for everyone. It's like
I'm not talking-
MOC. It's like I got portal as Yash has already told. But training per se is provided to the headmistress, head of institution. And she or he is supposed to further train his staff in all the modalities. So this is the problem. So teachers were complaining like the first time training
First time,
can be given to us also.
Yeah. Thank you.
Basically is that the curriculum is yet to be developed and the teachers are yet to be trained in that curriculum. Whatever they are doing by themselves. If the equipment is not having internet connectivity, they are doing it by themselves, whatever they can arrange. But the focus of the curriculum should be about is yet to be developed by the state education department. That's why they are lacking in that. They have provided the infrastructure, but still lacking the curriculum which need to be imparted to those students.
Education.
In Narega, there used to be a problem of ghost beneficiaries. Like people will enroll 80% of their family, and whereas that person will never turn up to the work, and instead of him, some other person will be coming. These sort of things are prevalent in my state, in Andhra Pradesh. Have you noticed these type of things, like ghost beneficiaries?
So first of all, under Narega, the job cards are issued to households, not to individuals. Secondly, the sample that we visited, the site, it had only 53 workers, and we also cross-checked several records, so we could not find any. There was one job card in which we found two photographs. So Himanshu inquired about it, and we came to know that what happens is that the job card is issued to a household for 100 days in a financial year, and those two people shall work for combined 100 days only. Like one can work for 60 days, the other person shall work for 40 days. It's like that. The job card is for the household.
Like,
Mostly,
चाबी दे दीजिए क्यों सर हम चाय पीने चले जाएंगे
ब्रेक का मतलब चाय पी के उसके बाद बात